This is day one of creating a Heidi Klum cake for Heidi Halloween, and I have just 3 days to make this happen, but luckily I work really well under pressure. Currently, this is what my cake looks like, just structure, not even built yet. And I'm nervous about this one because not only am I sculpting Heidi Klum, she needs to look like a vampire version of Heidi, but still hyper realistic. I'm adding furniture pads to raise up the base, and I just stick them on with a little hot glue. And now my threaded rod, which is basically the main support of the whole cake. It's very important to tighten. But for extra security, I also glue it in place. This piece is for the bottom of Heidi's neck. This Heidi cake is going to be a part of the Elevator Boys costume, and it's going to be revealed on the red carpet. It's pretty cool to think Heidi Klum could maybe see the cake that I am making. I'm planning to make her look like a beautiful vampire. Think Twilight. I baked up some red velvet cake because of course this is Halloween and we want it to be pretty creepy when they cut inside. This cake smells so good. A quick crumb coat to seal my gaps and hold in all of that cake crumb. Lastly, I'm adding a layer of chocolate ganache, which is going to seal my cake and create a nice hard surface for me to sculpt on top of. If you've seen my previous videos, then you know this is the classic process. I spent quite some time online gathering different photos of Heidi from different angles with different facial expressions, ones that match what I need to make her vampire face, and ones that will just give me the accurate proportions of her face. I still have another 5 inches of cake to add onto the face. So at this point, I'm gonna add a support inside the cake, lift each one up just a tiny bit, and cut. I made edible fake blood with some jam, corn syrup, and red food dye, thin layer of buttercream, a little well for the fake blood to go into. And now some fake blood. Thin layer above it of buttercream to seal it all in. I have no idea if this is a terrible idea. I don't know if it's gonna drip blood, but it'll look bloody. Next, cake layer on top. Our edible blood. Cake is carved. It got pretty messy. I feel like she kind of looks like Alien right now, like one of those creatures from the Alien movie. Finally, the last step of the day, I am adding a layer of chocolate ganache. Day one is complete. I've got a beautiful base to start with, and I have 1 day to sculpt Heidi Klum's whole face and add her hair, so hoping that I can make that happen tomorrow and still get some sleep. But we'll see. Day 2 of creating a cake for Heidi Halloween, and the party is in 2 days. The clock is ticking. I've got my literal boogeyman Halloween shirt on, and I'm ready to go. I'm rolling a thin piece of modeling chocolate just to cover the face, and this will give me a good base to start mapping out all the details on top of. It feels very overwhelming at this point because I still have so much to figure out, like where all the proportions go and how to make it look just like her. Heidi's eyes are about 1 inch apart. The eyes are the center of the face, and if they're not level, the whole face will look off. She's looking like a hot mess right now. I'm just laying out details. I'll probably have to carve a little bit inwards to set in the eyeballs for the face. She looks absolutely terrifying right now. Let's fix this. I sketch out the face first, not worrying about fine detail, because I won't know if everything's proportional until I add it all on the face. I don't want to spend hours sculpting her eye, then I add the nose and I take a step back and I realize the distance is off. So I sketch first and then spend hours refining details. I'm about 4 hours into sculpting the face, and I'm just starting to see a little bit of Heidi showing through. I'm a little nervous right now because there's so much weight in the front, but not a lot in the back, so it's kind of leaning a little forward. I mean, I know it's secure. There's definitely an engineering component to all of this cake bust sculpting. As I add the eyelids, I am staring at Heidi's face to make sure they match her eyes perfectly, the same for the nose and the mouth, but I do have to get creative with this open vampire mouth and kind of make up the teeth a little bit. Her fangs are in and she definitely looks like a vampire. I'm gonna stop sculpting the face tonight and just work on the neck. It is like 4 AM right now, so I do wanna go to sleep. This is really the fun part because her neck has to look like it was severed off, so we gotta see some tissue showing through, some rips in the skin. This is for Halloween, so we need that horror. End of day 2, and I've got the face sculpted, so I'm happy. I did want to have the hair done today, but I need to go to sleep. It's like 4:30 AM. At least I got some severed neck on the bottom, and that looks good. Tomorrow I'm gonna add the hair and paint her and hopefully not be up all night. Stay tuned. It's day 3 of making a Heidi Klum cake for Heidi Halloween. This is how Heidi is looking right now. Her eyes are supposed to be super big. Because the cake was a little wobbly, I added this wood dowel. I don't know if you can see it right under here. And now it's so much more stable. Chicken wire for her hair, which I'm going to attach to these screws that I put inside the base. It's just gonna create support for all that modeling chocolate that's gonna be hanging down here. Without the chicken wire, the chocolate would just fall off. Foil. Tape. I rolled out a whole bunch of modeling chocolate. Hopefully this will be enough to cover the whole surface area of her hair. It's currently 11:30 p.m. I'd like to be done with the hair by 1 a.m. so that way I can paint all night and then just organize tomorrow and get ready. It usually takes me quite a while to sculpt hair. I'm gonna go fast and wish me luck. Lay this on first and just see how big I should make it. Let's see, are you long enough? I'm feeling much more confident that I can just smooth out all this hair within an hour. Heidi's hair is tricky because sometimes it's straight, sometimes it's wavy, sometimes she has extensions. Her bangs can be in the front of the face, pushed to the side. I don't want to add too much, but I don't want to add too little. I'm just figuring it out. I think this is the best hair I've ever sculpted. And I think it's because I'm not overdoing it with the texture. This is what Heidi currently looks like. I'm just gonna turn into zombie mode right now and just paint, because it's like 3 a.m. and I wanna get a little bit of sleep if I can. The painting begins. I like to start by the eyes and just work my way outwards. Not gonna lie, I got nervous right away when I started painting the eyes because the eyeballs looked so big and it just looked a little bit off to me, but I know that I purposely made her eyes extra big. She has this terrified, horrific look on her face, so I just trusted my gut and kept moving forward while I painted the face. I'm just laying down a base coat of paint and then I'm gonna go in and add all of my shading and all the little horrifying details and hopefully she'll really start shaping up. I am giving Heidi makeup, like this deep dark red lipstick. At this point I knew the eyes were off and I decided to raise them up just a little bit. They were too far down. I wanted her to still look forward, not all the way down. So I went for it. I made the change and I was so happy that I did. Always trust your gut. And I'm giving her an insane smoky eye that feels a bit horrifying and not natural. Here is where I'm at. I think she looks pretty awesome. I'm going to paint the hair now and then final details on the face. I'm sure I look like an absolute mess, but no rest for cake artists. Heidi has a platinum blonde hair, but then her roots are usually much darker and then you see the brown coming throughout the hair. So I made sure to add in all of those layers to give it that depth. Somehow got yellow all over my sweatshirt. And now it's time to add the blood. For me, this is when the cake finally started looking like Heidi. Once she had all of her face done, the hair, and then the blood, she finally came to life. I'm gonna make some corn syrup blood to add on top to make it even more realistic. I'm done painting her. I think she looks insanely amazing. I'm so happy with the final results. I have just a few hours until delivery. I'm gonna transfer her to the tray, maybe rest a little, and then I have to add the leafy greens and build the frame that's gonna go around the cake for the reveal. Just a few things left to do. Oh my god, I look ridiculous. See you soon. But I did not go to sleep. First, I added some dark black veins on her face, and I placed her on her silver tray and added the leafy greens by gluing them on so they'd stay in place. And this is when the vision of the cake came to life. Sculpting Heidi Klum as a vampire was such a challenge. It took 60 hours, but I was so proud of the final result and I really thought it looked like her. I delivered the cake to the elevator boys in New York City and we did a whole cake reveal where they were blown away by the Heidi vampire cake. And then the cake was revealed on the red carpet at Heidi Halloween with the elevator boys, and the cake was at the party all night. If you like this video, please subscribe and thanks for watching.